Good morning once again. The coronavirus definitely affecting the sports world, with the Olympics a few months away and the International Olympic Committee meeting this week to address the matter. Well, meantime, on the home front, the Bahamas Olympic Committee too is closely monitoring the situation and have the backing of the Bahamas government, as safety of our athletes is of utmost importance.
The Bahamas Olympic Committee are the main organizers of that event on our behalf. We're keeping in close contact with them. I understand that they are waiting word from the International Organizing Committee as to what the status will be. But we know, as it relates to the coronavirus, that there are developments every day. And so for the safety of individuals, they are monitoring this, and they indicated, the BOC that is, they will advise us as to any changes in relation to the Olympics.
Now, the Minister of Sports, the Honorable Anisha Rolle, also addressing the usage of the Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gymnasium, which has not been operational for sporting events since the passage of Hurricane Dorian, and the facility having to be used as a shelter.
The government has made provisions via its supplementary budget to begin the restoration efforts at the NSA. And the National Sports Authority facilities. And so we have begun. We have started to begin our sterilizing process of the entire gymnasium. Certainly, in addition to that, there are some repairs that are needed. There is an inspection scheduled, I think, by the end of the week. I will be there inspecting along with the chairman of the NSA and along with other authorities. We will be there so that we see exactly firsthand what is going on, what is the state of the facilities, and what we need to do to move it forward. They have presented some of their information, but we just want to see it for ourselves, what state it is in, and how quickly from there we will know how quickly we're able to have everything up and operational again. I think it would be sort of wear and tear from the frequent usage of persons living in a facility. And so, but I can't exactly speak to it until I've actually seen it myself. But sterilizing was one of the most important things. Beginning to clean the environs. If you go there now, you'll see that they've begun to do that. The tents are down. They began cleaning down. And so we're just going to continue to make the environment as clean as possible, as safe as possible, and operational within the most expeditious time frame.
Meantime, pro boxer Tyrone Oliver getting an opportunity of a lifetime. He's headed to Australia, then on to Japan for a series of training and fights. Yes, the same area where the coronavirus is rampant. We asked him, along with his manager Willard Gray, if there was any concern.
Absolutely not. You know, what's meant for me would be for me. If it's not for me, you know, it wouldn't be effective upon me, my health, or anybody surrounded by me.
I'm in that position to take precautions. I think that's why he's not so worried about it, because I want to make sure that everything around us is taken care of, sanitized. We take all precautions on our journey as we go down there, and to make sure that he returns safely, and also for myself. So these things are on my mind. I really want to keep his mind into fighting, because, you know, when it comes to fighting, it's all mostly mental, and he's doing the physical work, so I'm not concerned about that.
Oliver leaves this week for Australia, then on to Japan. He is ready for the adventure to make a name for himself on the international circuit.
A very vigorous training camp. Just putting in the work, you know, expecting big things and great things to happen. Looking forward to traveling overseas internationally in a few days to Brisbane, Australia, for international training camp, meeting up with some new people and, you know, putting in the work with them and see what happens from there.
So we're going to build Tyrone. We want to make sure that he can raise up, get the ring generalship, the experience he needs, and we're going to surround him with the right people, take care of his family. So being the manager on that side, I was more particular into getting the foundation solid, keeping him just to stay focused on fighting and making sure that the opportunities last. So Tyrone is on his way for 2 years, back and forth, 2-year contract. United Fighters Club in Australia, and they're raving and they're ready for him.
2 games in the New Providence Women's Basketball Association last night as the BS Trucking got by the youthful Arawaks 54-31. And then the Discount Distributor Rockets also getting by the Young Saints 47-39. It was not about who won the games, but for senior coaches Pharrell Cash and Anastasia Sands-Moultrie getting the young ladies to up their game.
Well, I would say it went well. On the winning side, yeah, we won. But on the junior, just looking at the juniors now, they're improving. I'd go just right back to what I was saying from day one. The girls, them in the country just need a lot of games to play. Whether or not they go win the games or they get beat, you know. But at the end of the day, the more games they play, the better they could be, and they could be able to, you know, be able to challenge the senior ones eventually.
It's a developmental team, and as a developmental team, you expect for every time that you play, you improve on what you're supposed to be learning. They're lacking a little bit more of intensity, but in the 4 days, started to somewhat, I can say, lose focus a little bit because they went away from the defense what we're supposed to be running.
And that's going to do it for sports. But before we get out of here, the private schools, that's the BAISS Track and Field Championships, will get underway this morning. Will it be the Comets of Queens College? That's Basel alma mater from back in the 1960s. They will be taking on the Big Red Machine of Sac, who lost it out last year. So the Comets will win another school step up this year. Also going on over there in Grand Bahama is their high school track and field championship. And coming up next week is the National High School Track and Field Championship. So track and field all about this week. Will it be the Comets or will the Big Red Machine of Sac roll into the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium and reclaim the title? 3 days of competition gets underway today and will wrap up on Friday.